Sometimes the people you try hardest to save are the ones who end up turning everyone against you. Tonight's story is about a sister who spent years trying to help her older brother, who paid for hotels, who bought groceries, who said one honest sentence out of love, and became the villain of a story she never wanted to be part of. Welcome to Reddit Survivor Reads. I am your host, and this story is heavy, so take a breath. Let's begin. Today's story comes from a user I will call Jess. Jess is 24, and Jess opens her story with something that immediately tells me everything I need to know about her. She writes, "I have always been the type of person who tells the truth even when it's hard to hear. Family, friends, anyone. That's just who I am. I always try to think about what's actually best for the people I love, even when it costs me." Jess's older brother is 28. His name in this story will be Ryan, and Jess writes something that takes real courage to admit publicly. She writes, "Ryan became homeless because of how he treated me and our mom for years. Emotionally, physically, we finally couldn't do it anymore. We let him move out, we gave him one more chance to come back, and within one day, the fear in our house came right back. So he left again. And honestly, we let him." I want you to sit with that for a second, because most Reddit stories about a homeless sibling start with sympathy for the sibling. This one starts with the truth about why. Jess is not hiding the hard part. She is telling you up front, "My brother hurt us. That is why he is where he is." And I think that honesty is going to matter a lot by the end of this story. Months passed. Ryan was mostly living wherever he could, and then one day he told Jess something that changed everything. He told her he was engaged. Jess writes, "He told me he proposed, but he didn't actually buy the ring himself. Someone else bought it for him. I remember thinking that was strange, but I let it go, because a few weeks later, he told us the real news. His fiancée, 19 years old, was pregnant." And here is where Jess's story takes a turn that I think a lot of people will relate to. Jess writes, "My mom came to me and said we have to help them, not because we owed them anything, but because there was a baby coming. So we did. We paid for a hotel room for a week and a half. We bought them clothes, groceries, whatever we could afford. I told Ryan directly, I will help support this baby. I meant it." Think about that. The same brother who made their home a place of fear, the same brother they had to let go of for their own safety. And the moment a baby was involved, Jess and her mom showed up anyway. Not for Ryan, for the baby. That distinction matters. But then Jess did something that she now believes changed everything. She writes, "I told Ryan that with their current situation, living motel to motel with no stable income, there was a real risk he could lose custody of the baby. I wasn't trying to be cruel, I was trying to prepare him. I told him this so he could understand what was coming and maybe make different choices before it was too late." One sentence said out of genuine concern about something that is factually true. Unstable housing can absolutely affect custody decisions. Jess was not threatening him. She was warning him, the way you warn someone you love about a storm that's coming so they have time to prepare. Jess writes, "There was some tension after that conversation, but I thought we moved past it. Then, about a month ago, everything exploded. Ryan's fiancée, 19 years old, called me and my mom and was screaming. She said Ryan had hit her, that he hit her because of what we said months earlier. And then she said something that I am still trying to process. She said it was our fault, mine and my mom's, that everything Ryan has ever done, to her, to anyone, was because of us." I need you to really absorb what just happened here. A 28-year-old man with a documented history of hurting his own family allegedly hit his pregnant 19-year-old fiancée, and within the same phone call, the blame was redirected, not to Ryan, to the two women who tried to help him survive. Jess writes, "She told us if we ever contacted her again, she would call the police and have us arrested. For what, I still don't know. We hadn't done anything except try to help. I haven't heard a single word from my brother since that day, not directly. Everything came through her. I don't even know what he actually feels because he hasn't said anything himself." And then, about a week ago, Jess found out something that confirmed what so many people watching this are probably already suspecting. She writes, "I found out they were both charged, domestic violence charges, against each other. It's now on both their records permanently. I'm not surprised. I think some part of me saw this coming, but I still wanted to reach out to my brother. I still do. I only ever wanted to help him." And then Jess asks the question that this entire story has been building toward. She writes, "Is it really all my fault? Was I the asshole for telling him the truth about custody, for trying to prepare him instead of just staying silent?" Okay, Reddit survivor family, here is my honest take. Jess, you are not the asshole, not even close. You told your brother a true, factual, important piece of information out of love at a moment when he desperately needed someone in his life to be honest with him. That is not cruelty. That is the opposite of cruelty. Cruelty would have been staying silent and watching him walk blindly into losing his child. What happened after that conversation, the alleged assault, the manipulation, the threats, the criminal charges, none of that belongs to you. None of it. You can speak one true sentence to someone and they can still choose violence afterward. Those are two completely separate things. And the moment someone tells you your honesty caused their violence, that is not an explanation. That's a deflection. And it's one of the oldest deflections there is. I also want to say something about the fiancée. She's 19, pregnant, in a relationship with a man who has a documented history of hurting his own family. She may genuinely believe what she said in that moment, that this is everyone else's fault but his. That belief often comes from somewhere, and it doesn't make Jess responsible for it, but it might explain why it happened. Jess, you tried to help two people who were never going to be helped by money or hotel rooms. The thing they needed was stability, accountability, and likely professional support, things outside of what any sister can provide. You gave what you could, you told the truth when it mattered, and you are still sitting here, after everything, wanting to reach out to your brother. That tells me everything about who you actually are in this story. So my verdict? NTA. Completely and totally NTA. The only thing you're guilty of is loving someone who has not yet learned how to receive honesty without turning it into a weapon against the person who gave it. What do you think, Reddit survivor family? Was Jess wrong for saying anything? Or do you think some people will twist even the kindest words into something else? Drop your verdict in the comments right now.